in Inglewood, California. It's Week 11 of the NFL.
NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun on third down, Howell. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Ojabo running in to take him down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Fields. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Again, Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by...
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and it's picked up by the Ravens on the move past the 40. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing here, Howell. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Quez Watkins. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson on the move to his left. And that is incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Powell throwing on 1st down here. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. 1st down, Howell to throw. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Powell sliding down, and he picks up the 1st on that play. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Powell, he'll look to throw it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Howell. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Sam Howell, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Rams Rams are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise... use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his left. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Here's Hal to throw on second down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Hal now to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. Gay's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it, and they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And, Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him. But, you know, the defense understands that as well.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Sliding out of the pocket. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break in search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Howell. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Howell's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man. It's Robinson. Touchdown, LA! Wan'Dale Robinson, 39 yards. And the Rams have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On first down, they'll start with McFarland. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Fields. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on fourth down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. They'll run with McFarland. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. On first down, McFarland. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. K.J. Osborne, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. 2nd and 12. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Howell. Flush to his right, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Odafe Oweh in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A give up the middle to McFarland. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Fields. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Howell to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
He's back to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2-by-2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that you're...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Romeo Okwara shooting in there. Dropping him for the sack. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end on that.